Alright, here we go. We got, now we did 13, 14, right? So let's look at 15. 15 says, if 8 ounces of cereal costs $2.99, huh? 13. 13 through, it always starts at the practice and the problem solving. So 2.2, practice and problem, starts at 13. Alright, so if 8 ounces of cereal costs $2.99, right? So if the cereal, right, if C, right, costs $2.99, then 16 ounces of cereal costs $5.98. Okay? Then and I'm just going to put 16 instead of C because the cereal, you know, whatever. You just have to use something. You can say if A then B, if cereal then 16. You could even say if 2 then 5. Okay? If you wanted to, you're going to say hey, if 2 then 5. If 2.99, then it's 5.98 or whatever it was, right? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, but what do they want? I want this. I want you to be able to do this. Okay, that's what I want. But what they want is to know what the hypothesis is. So what's the hypothesis? It's the if part, right? Anywhere you have the if. This is the if, that's the hypothesis. Okay? If this is the then, that is the conclusion. Okay? That's it. That's all they wanted. Done. Moving on. That's 15. Okay? Let's go to 16. 16 says, write the condition statement. Well, that's what we just did up here. So if we can do it here, guess what? We can do it here. It's that simple. Okay? So, you should monitor the heart rate of a patient who is ill. Okay? So we need to find a condition statement from that. You should monitor the heart rate of a patient who's ill. So how about if they are ill, right? Then monitor the heart rate. Bam. If they are ill, then monitor the heart rate. Done, son. Moving on. Really? Yeah, really. Okay? Alright. What's the next one? After 3 strikes, the batter is out. Right? So after 3 strikes, the batter is out. What should I say? If you get 3 strikes? Right? Okay, so if you get 3 strikes, then you are out. That's cool. That was easy, right? Is this easy? I'm telling you guys, this is easy. Don't make it hard. Okay? Don't make it hard. This chapter can be fun. This is what got me to go back to college. I dropped out of college twice. Because I thought I was a stupid son of a bee. I didn't think I was very smart at all. Thought I was a dumb jock. I couldn't pass a class for the life of me. I just got out of the Marine Corps. Right? I went down the wrong path after I dropped out of school the first time. Then I tried to go back again. Couldn't do it. Failed again. Dropped out. Because I didn't know how to test. I didn't know how to study. So I took this class. It's called Symbolic Logic. And I took philosophy. 2 classes. I just said, I want to take 2 classes that I want to do. Okay? 2 classes that I want to do. And then if I can make it, I'll stay. If not, I'm just going to work like my parents. Nobody in my family before me went to college. In fact, my family was like, what, you think you're better than us? Because you're going to go to college? Right? They don't want me to go to college. College? They were like, college is for wussies. They did not want me to go to college. Did it? That's the way it was in my family. So, you know, you have to step up sometimes and do what you want. Okay? I wanted to go to college, but I didn't think I was smart enough. And I proved it by failing twice. Right? Obviously not smart enough. But then once I went and I learned, and this professor took me aside and said, yeah, you do great, you'll do great. Why don't you take this professor? Because he was more like me. Long hair, hippie, weirdo. You know, that's what I was back at the time. And I ended up acing his calculus class. And the next thing I know, I'm solving problems that no one in the world could solve. Because I had an IQ of 160 and didn't know it. I had a genius IQ and thought I was stupid. Okay? So, it's easy to get down on yourself, no matter how smart you are. This stuff can be fun. This stuff can change your life. It changes mine. Okay? So, just make it easy. It's always easy. You'll hear me say it every day. That's my favorite saying. Everybody will laugh by the end of the year. Yeah. It's what? It's easy. I'll be saying it about everything. Okay? Alright, so, where are we at? 17, 18? 18. Congruent statements have equal measures. Okay. What's the if? If congruent, okay. So, if congruent, then it's equal.
There's a sign for
Yeah. You could even use the sign. If congruent, right? Then it's equal. What? Okay? All symbols. I like it. There's a sign. You're like, there's a sign for congruent. Why don't we use that? That's beautiful. Exactly. Why don't we use it? Okay? That's what it's there for, right? Alright, next one. 19. Alright, determine if the conditional statement is true. And if it's false, give a counterexample. Alright? Right now you're probably thinking, what's a counterexample, right? So we'll figure that out. I'll show you. Okay, number 19. What's it say?
If you subtract -2 from -6, then the result is -1. False.
Okay? So if you subtract
-2. Or subtract 2.
subtract -2 from -6. So let's just write that out. -6 minus a -2. Then you'll get 4. Is that what it said?
-4.
-4. Okay. This time we're going to actually write the statement a little bit better so that we can see what it's saying. Alright, what does this say? If you subtract -2 from -6, you get -4. And you're saying it's false, right? And why is it false? 2 negatives make a positive. So -6 plus 2, is that not -4? Oh, it is. It is -4. Okay, cool. We can change it. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. So if it wasn't, though, right? If it wasn't, then we would give that counterexample. It's not -4, it's 8, or whatever it is. Okay? That's the counterexample. But in this case, it's true. So we move on. So that's why it was important for me to write it sometimes, if it's actual math. Because you want to actually do the math, right? Yeah.
So for these problems, are we supposed to write them out, or just say if it's true or false?
True or false.
Okay.
But I want you to write it out every single time. I want you to write that if-then statement every single time because you need practice at it. Okay? Believe me. Because I'm going to make you do it on every single problem on the test. So you might as well just practice. Practice, practice. Practice the way you play. Alright, people. 20. What does this say?
If 2 planes intersect, then they intersect in exactly 1 point.
Okay? So if two planes intersect, right? Then they intersect at a point. Okay? So that means if that wall intersects with that wall, they only touch at one single point. Is that true? When that wall touches that wall, do they only touch at one point? No. They touch at a line, right? Okay? So this is false because the intersection is a line. And that's the counterexample. That says line. Sorry. The intersection is a line. Okay? So we kind of have to know some rules here. Notice how I'm making my sentences make sense. This is how I take notes. When I'm taking notes in English, in biology, in chemistry, this is how I take notes. I make it make sense. I don't always just go C for the whole thing, because that won't make sense, right? Later on I'll be like, C, what did that mean? College? Or, I kind of have to make it make sense. Yeah. Okay? So it's really important to start, when you're on the test, we can go, hey, this whole sentence means A. This whole sentence means B. And then go, if A, then B. That's fine. But when you're writing your notes, and this is your notes, you don't have to write this. That's what this is. This is your notes. It's rewriting the statement, but in symbols, right? So I don't have to write out all those words. And that's fine. So you can choose to write out the words or write out the symbols. I'd rather the symbols. Okay? 21.
If a cat is a bird, then today is Friday.
If what?
The cat is a bird today, then today's Friday.
That means today's not Friday, right?
If the cat is a bird.
If a cat is a bird, then today is Friday.
Okay?
Oh, so that makes today.
If a cat equals a bird,
They eat each other.
then today equals Friday. Okay? Well, is that true?
No.
No, because today's Friday and a cat doesn't equal a bird, right? Today is Friday, actually. Right? So, a cat will never be a bird. Well, maybe.
Wait.
There is some what is it? It's called a griffin?
No,
Right?
I'm talking about.
Really?
It's like
Harry
you
Potter.
have to think about it.
Harry Potter.
Remember the T-birds were race? What if one of them was black? It'd be like, okay, no.
Oh,
He's a T-bird. So
that's true, that's true.
You feel me?
Oh, yeah. That T-bird is a cool cat.
Exactly.
There you go. I guess it is possible.
It is.
It just doesn't have to be Friday, right? It could be any day. There you go. All right, so just come up with a counterexample. Okay? Like he said, well, the T-bird is a cool cat,
Exactly.
right? So that's possible for a cat to be a bird, but that doesn't mean it has to be Friday, right? It could be Monday.
So it's still false.
So it's still false. So it's false, and then you give your counterexample. A cool cat equals a bird, or a T-bird, right? Sorry, T-bird equals a cool cat, but then it's still not Friday, right? So that's your example, counterexample. Okay? This is one. You have thousands of counterexamples. Infinite, right? You can come up with anything you want. A cat isn't a bird, and it's Friday. Okay? Whatever you like. Alright? Keep going? Might as well, right?
Yeah.
21. Oh, that was 21. 22. Write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive. Alright. So let's take a break. We're going to start this on a new film. Okay? Plus I got to change the battery.
Guys,